Okay, that was the 4th episode in the Entertainment District arc.
That was 8, sorry.
That
I just did 4 on both hands. I'm like, 4! But that's 8.
That was a great episode. I can't ignore the question, like, what does this mean for the, Daki's cloth that was cut off? And you could see her like upper body and head,
and blood came out when he slashed it, and we thought maybe that's at first that was because it was attached to her.
Is it like
the demon, and that was the demon's blood? But now I'm like really worried.
Is it both things? Is it like, okay, she absorbed her, was attached to her, she cut her off, so now if the demon, if Daki dies, then they'd reappear and unharmed? Did Tanjiro just hurt her? I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what this means. I'm not sure. I
like that she has some form of transport portal thing, and that it's this cloth, and so obviously that makes it why she could get around and get people out through cracks. Because we were wondering, remember when Inosuke charged into Makio's room?
Yeah.
And I was like, how would they fit Makio through the cracks in that ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously now they've answered that question. But I'm really worried.
Could Tanjiro see her? Like, after he cut her off? Or was that like a visual for us?
That only we could see? Ooh, I don't know. Because he didn't react in the way like he thought he had just accidentally killed her.
Yeah.
You know? But maybe that's because he was trying to not think about it too much and get too affected and be focused on the fight. But then again, if he gets emotionally really affected by something, he could even be even stronger.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he could also see her image the way that we could imprinted on the belt.
I definitely don't think we saw it until it was cut off.
We didn't.
Yeah.
As soon as it was laying next to him, the first shot they showed us of it falling next to him, I was like, oh my god, no. Like,
yeah.
What is that?
I'm really liking watching Tengen Uzui right now. I'm liking him more as a character, but I'm also kind of feeling a little more like Inosuke, like, oh my god, he's so cool. Like, when he teleported, well, he was just really fast. Like, when he showed up behind the guy with the kunai,
Mm-hmm.
like, it makes me feel like his whole, like, like a ninja, you know, past or a ninja feeling.
Yeah, what I liked most about that interaction is not only did he have a knife to the guy's throat, but he was also saying things like, I'll get revenge for you.
Yeah.
So it was more just like an intimidation tactic at first to basically be like, hey, I think in a way, it's like he knew that he had to prove to be intimidating and prove to be strong so that the master would even say who it was.
I think so. Like, to show him that he could actually
possibly fight her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get revenge for him.
My other favorite moment was him. I didn't ever think that he would be one that would like lower himself to apologizing. I wasn't getting that from his character, but I really loved that he admitted to them that he had felt like he had made a mistake in terms of bringing the 3 of them along when really it should have been higher level demon slayers, or he should have not involved any other demon slayers, because he purely was rushing in so
on
quickly
impatience.
Because of his wives.
Yeah.
It was all more on an emotional reason, an emotional drive to find out where his wives were. And if anything, I'm like, oh my god, he loves his wives.
Right?
You
Me
know,
too.
like he has it's more like just humanistic that even the Hashira can be driven in irrational ways by their love for others or the people close to them, and they don't always make maybe the most strategic choice. I think that he still made a fine choice other than Zenitsu being gone, because he was able to get 3 eyes into 3 houses to kind of figure out if his wives were actually gone, you know, and try to figure out which house the demon was in. And he couldn't obviously pretend to be a girl himself. But then, now that we have the introduction of the mice, doesn't that beg the question, why couldn't he just have used the mice to do the investigation?
Well, like, I get what you mean. I think it's a really good point that you brought up about, like, him, like, showing his emotion through this. And my first thought was, like, humanizing, even though he's a human and not a demon. But he probably could have gotten higher ranked demon slayers on his team. I mean, Kano, like, he just didn't really want to wait for, like,
he didn't
permission.
want to wait to ask. Yeah.
So he was just like, I am going to get these, whoever I can get, so that I can try to rescue my wives as quickly as possible. I really like that in a character, in his character. I'm really worried because I don't think I have enough knowledge, like, of his abilities and Daki's abilities to know what their fight would be. I don't know who would win. I feel like Tanjiro seems like he's doing pretty... Oh, he's, like, dealing right now, you know? He's holding out.
Yeah.
Tengen's looking for Daki.
Maybe he'll get there pretty soon and we'll see a really cool fight between Daki and Uzui. But I'm like, it's only episode 4 of the Entertainment District arc. I'm like, are we really going to get an Uzui-Daki fight? I don't know. It seems a little soon for that. Here's something to think about. Daki has said that she only devours the beautiful, young, you know, people. So obviously that means that Zenitsu has not been sucked into her belt in the same way. He must still have his physical form either dead or alive somewhere else.
That's such a good point because, like, we've seen what she does to people who she wants dead, who she deems too ugly. Just throw them off a building. So either she is admitting to the entire world that Zenitsu's really attractive, or that he is somewhere else, you know?
Yeah. We didn't see... So, like, think about it. So Makio was obviously sucked in for Makio to be able to be taken into the rafters of the attic.
Makio's attractive.
Yeah. And young. And I don't think we saw... Now that I'm trying to think back to when Zenitsu was Zenitsu napped, all we saw was him getting wrapped up, right?
Yeah.
But we never really saw...
We didn't see, like, him getting absorbed. It was, like,
absorbed
him getting...
and or a shot that would insinuate that he was sucked into, like, a crack in the ceiling or anything.
Correct.
So I wonder if she, like, Daki... like, literally is repulsed. What if they could force her to absorb someone that she doesn't want to or something?
Maybe.
And it might, like, repulse her so much. I don't know.
She was saying that she was calling Tanjiro ugly towards the end of that, but then saying that she was starting to like him.
Probably because he didn't die upon that immediate impact.
I have never even considered that a strap could break on a box. Like, which is so, like, oh my god, of course, but we've never seen that happen in the show. And now I'm like, why is Nezuko not on his back? Is, like, from a storytelling perspective, like...
And he told her to not come out unless she felt like her life was in danger. But I'm like, dude, Tanjiro, you're her life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in danger...
She's gonna come out.
She's gonna come out. Like...
But, I mean, I get why you told her that. That's an upper 6, dude.
He doesn't want her to die. Like, okay, Nezuko's recognized as a demon slayer. And I think in Tanjiro's mind, as long as there was a Hashira or another demon slayer human that respected and trusted Nezuko, she could keep fighting in terms of protecting humans.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what he's thinking. It's he has this mission to stay alive, obviously, to help his sister, but I think that he also realizes now that there are other people that would be willing to be beside her, and he would like to ensure that she stays alive.
It would never happen, but if Tanjiro died, I think Zenitsu and Inosuke would still, like, carry her with them, 100%.
I could see Inosuke being like, he'd pretend to be Tanjiro or something and be like, I get to carry the backpack now or something. What do you think about the fact that probably everyone knew that Tanjiro was a boy?
Do you think it was everyone, or do you think it was just her intuition? Like,
I don't know. I feel like a lot of them might have I feel like a lot of the people in that house, I feel like they don't ask a lot of questions. I feel like there's a lot of people that have their different reasons for doing things. It's a nightlife place. You know, there's kind of some shady things happening. There's weird things happening. I think that they're all just accustomed to things that they can't explain or don't necessarily want to know the answer to. And I have a feeling that, like, a lot of them were like, oh, that's definitely a boy. But he has his reasons.
Yeah,
you know?
We knew something was going to happen to her, right? Like, they showed so much of her.
so much of her.
And, like, her, like, humanizing her, showing her, like, kindness and how important she was to these people. A little bit of her story going forward in the future, what she has to live for.
What do you think her relationship with Daki was?
I don't know.
I was getting some stuff, like, I was kind of reading between the lines with what Daki said to her.
Yeah. I feel like Daki is probably just powerful enough in each house to have, like, influence or knowledge of these people.
I was reading it, I just, like, when she was talking, it sounded like maybe there was a time that the Oiran in Tanjiro's house possibly knew of Daki doing something, or maybe Daki saw her as an actual threat. Because, like, why else would Daki be coming out of her way just to kill her, like, you know, tonight?
Oh,
she obviously knew it was the Oiran's last night, too. She was like, it's both of our last nights. So there must have been something where they had some previous interaction of some sort, maybe, and I want to know what it was.
Yeah. At first, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe that's why Muzan came here. Maybe he comes here to get his, like, fake wives, like, that we saw in the first season. But if Daki's trying to kill her, why? Like, she would never try to kill one of Muzan's fake wives, you know?
Oh my god, but that would be such a good theory, because she did say there was a man that wanted to marry
That's
her.
what I'm saying, yeah. But
I mean, that would be a easy way for Muzan to get his, like, fake relationships.
Big
he
families.
could basically buy a woman, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he could do that.
Which still brings up a question. Was that his kid somehow in season one?
Was that his actual kid, or was he, like, an adoptive father or something? Like, stepfather?
I am so hyped.
He obviously left that family in the dust.
Maybe
what if
he like
killed them?
does like cycles. Like, I hope he didn't kill them. But I mean, he was, like, found out, right?
I feel like he had to totally pick a new life.
Yeah.
He either fakes his own death, or he fakes the death of, like, everyone in the family or something.
I mean, we don't even know why he left his, like, situation where Akaza, like, met with him, right? Where he was, like, took up the mantle as a kid.
Well, do you think he actually permanently left it, or was he just visiting?
I'm thinking maybe he could, like, cycle in and out from families, like, just to always have, like, a hiding spot to go. But who knows? How could you, like, leave a family if you're their kid for a month and then come back?
Their kid that never leaves the house except at night. I don't know.
It's weird.
What do the blue spider lilies do?
I don't know.
That's
I had a
the
couple theories last
question of
episode,
this episode.
but I want to know, are we gonna get to a point where, like, we meet Akaza while he's trying to find them? Nobody in the Demon Slayer Corps seemingly knows that is Muzan's goal.
Mm-mm. We haven't heard mention of it. If anyone would mention it, I feel like it'd be Shinobu. She would know of these plants or something. I feel like she'd know something about them.
That's a good point. She would be the one person, or the, like, actual master. Which I want to know more about him, too. And maybe we get some flashbacks of him and Tengen before he was as bad illness-wise as he is now.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get, like, maybe that's... So, you know how we were like, oh, it's episode 4 of the Entertainment District and we're already, like, starting to fight Daki?
Yeah.
What if, like... I feel like maybe now's the time that we get, especially since we had, like, more moments with Uzui this episode, of, like, with possible hints of emotion, and I feel like we might get, like, a past episode.
I'd be
Next
totally
episode,
down
like
with that.
Kind of how he came to be who he is. We now know that he has all these Tengen mice, you know, that are all muscly and narcissistic.
I thought that Inosuke had trained these mice and dressed them as Tengen. When you said
that, it made me, like, inside, I was like, that is the best thing ever.
He's a Disney princess.
He's a Disney princess. Cause
it would make sense, Beast style. Like,
he would be the one that was a Disney princess.
Yeah.
And have, like, little animals following him everywhere, but then he would try to eat all the little animals, which we know that now. He didn't try to eat the mice, which I think is probably because now we know he knew they were Tengen's mice, so he would not try to eat them.
That was awesome. I'm scared for Zenitsu. I hope that we see him. I hope that it's not just like by the end of the arc we save him and he's back in the squad. I want to see him do stuff.
He needs to be found soon. What if that's what Tengen's gonna do? What if Tengen's not running to the fight that Tanjiro's at the moment, but really he's gonna find Zenitsu or something?
Maybe. My
other thing that I want to talk to you about is the fact that Daki said she was also leaving. That this was her last night.
I didn't even catch that, to be honest.
I thought she said it was both of our last nights. I could be totally wrong, but I thought that's what she said to the other Oiran.
When they, like, first like interacted?
When she first like appeared in front of her.
Okay. I'm rewinding back to it to be sure.
It's gonna be soon into this. I love the visual so much. I need to devour you before I forget.
Since tonight's your last night here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I read that as our.
Gotcha. So that leaves me with the question, though. Does she know that it is her last night here because she is, like, Oran, kind of like she has power, or she can observe every single room in every single household? Like, does she have a power with that? Did she leave parts of her, what would you even call that, like, fabric? Her belt, like, in each, like, room or household, and that could give her, like, a portal, like, or some sense of, I don't know, surveillance, like...
If she's leaving because a man agreed to marry her, that means the man is willing to pay off her debts. So maybe it's already known.
Maybe. But why would she... Okay,
known,
she'd want to...
Known at least by the master or the madam of the house and her,
yeah.
and not the rest of the people in the house.
Wouldn't that like bring in some like bad Yelp reviews? Like this guy's trying to like buy a wife and ends up not being able to the night before because she randomly dies or goes missing, right? Not dies. It wouldn't be.
They would just be under the assumption that she didn't actually want to marry him.
And then ran away, right?
Ran away, suicide, any of those things.
That's so messed up, man.
I really hope she's not actually dead. I am like, Tanjiro, that would be literally Tanjiro killing a person. Mm-hmm. Even though he didn't intend to. If she's dead. It's
really hard to sometimes to like get into this kind of world because like it's different in our world in the sense of like buying wives. I don't like that, but this woman seemed so happy, like in the sense she was like, someone would like want me. Like it seemed like she was a little down on herself there too.
Well, a lot of these women are probably, they think of themselves as lesser even if they're beautiful because of the fact that they were even sold there to begin with.
For sure. So it's hard to like wrap my head around that and get in it sometimes because I'm like, man, you go out and become a demon slayer. You kick ass.
A lot of them probably feel like Kanao does.
Yeah.
Oh, why isn't she in this arc?
I need more of her.
She would have been so good. I wanted it to be like a team of 4, you know, and then 5 with
I mean, she kind of knows what's going on, right?
She knows what's going on,
once Shinobu comes back, she's like, hey. She flips a coin of like if she should like say we should go after them and then decide, then it like goes the other way and tells her not to do it, but then she defies it anyway.
I want to see more moments like that. Yeah. But also like think about Shinobu's reaction to learning that Tengen literally like took Inosuke, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu.
I want that so bad. Okay, that's all I have, you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dang, why is this every Sunday?
I know, why isn't it every day? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. Wouldn't that pit like wouldn't that pit like
wouldn't that pit like